Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa Murrell and I'm sorry about this such close-up view. It's because I haven't got my camera stand with me, so I'm having to stretch my arm out for this introduction. But what you're about to watch is part 2 of my shopping haul whilst I've been here in the States. So I've been in and out of New York and Princeton doing lots of shopping. Part 1 was out last week, part 2 this week. All of the shops you can also get in the UK as well, I think with the exception of Aritzia in today's video, but we have found you similar alternatives. So I hope you enjoy it. As always, if you could press that subscribe button, we would be very grateful, and all of the clothes are linked in the description box for you for both the UK and the US. Okay, so I've arrived now at Me+Em in Soho. Oh my goodness, the humidity outside is unbelievable. I start off with curly hair. Now I've got virtually straight hair. So you'll have to forgive the appearance. Obviously just in the same dress that I travelled in, but I'm about to start getting changed. Let's see what I can find for you. Okay, so starting off with this gorgeous dress. I also have this in the white myself, and I found it super handy this summer. Kind of dress that you can dress up for somebody's barbecue or an event, or you can literally just walk around town in it. As you can see, I've got the tie on it right now, but this easily comes off. And as you can see, the dress itself has got this lovely shape to it. It's almost like it's a waistcoat and a skirt in one. But can you see how it's shaped around there? So we're finding it's coming out really flattering on clients. What I would say is that it's quite tight on the bust area, and I've got a small chest. So if you're larger in the bust, you definitely need to go up in this one. Okay, so this is a fantastic example of what we are trying to achieve when we dress women. So a lot of women will say, oh, well, I have really big boobs, or I have a larger bottom, I'm not as balanced as you. That doesn't matter. Stop trying to change yourself. What you need to change rather than yourself is the clothes that you're wearing. And for those clothes to look good on you, and for those big boobs not to be on show or not to be the most obvious part about you, then we choose clothes that are going to put you back into an hourglass shape. So a dress like this, for example, is going to be absolutely fantastic at broadening you here right on the tip of the shoulder. Okay, so most people will need broadening here if you've got a big bust, or if you're really broad around your bra strap area there. A lot of ladies who say that they are broad on their shoulders actually aren't broad on their shoulders at all. They're broad on their bust and around the back. If you were broad on your shoulders, then literally your shoulder would be sort of out here, but that's very, very rarely the case. So this dress is very, very good for a lot of people. So the buttons down the middle there are going to create a vertical line. So that helps to split things up if you do have a big bust. Don't get worried about the pockets. People always think I can't wear pockets if I've got a big bust. That's not the case. The tie here allows you to position it wherever you need to. So if you're short in the waist, for example, then automatically it would kind of sit like that on you. But that is not balanced me out. Can you see that? Now I'm out of proportion. So I just move this band down to the point at which I then look balanced. Then the lower sort of tier on the dress here just skims over my thighs. It's got pockets. Obviously we only love dresses that have got pockets. And then if you are shorter, if you're petite for example, and this dress is coming pretty much down to your ankles, then you're going to want to open those buttons up. And you'd also probably want to iron open the neckline just slightly as well, because then that will show the flesh at both ends. But beautiful, beautiful dress. The fabric on it is gorgeous, and I believe it comes in a number of colorways. So as always, we will link everything in the description box for you. So this is definitely coming home with me. Love it. This is what I mean by elevated casual that is still super, super comfy, but it's still got a level of structure to it. Can you see it's shaping me? I'm not like, you know, I can pull myself in there, and that's my frame. But even when it's loose and baggy, I'm still getting this lovely shape throughout it, and it's different enough that I'm not walking around just in my jeans and a t-shirt, but I'm also walking around in something that is super comfy but stylish at the same time. So this is absolutely coming home with me. I'm hoping the camera is picking up on the fabric there. It's really stretchy. And the zip here is a two-way zip. This is something that Me+Em are really good at, because you can layer that up as a jacket as well. And just by pulling it up like that and having a different coloured top underneath, that changes the style again. So got my trusted bag on me as well. Just some old Reese sandals there. And yeah, love that one. And just before I take these trousers off, just to show you that it goes lovely with this green jacket as well. This green jacket comes with the shorts, and we've recently put one of our clients in that, and it looked gorgeous with the shirt as well. But just to show you that you don't have to buy these things that are meant to be together. You can coordinate it with other things to make it more wearable. So just the trousers alone are really lovely, but I also like this jacket too. Another really easy but still elevated look to wear for most people. Look at the rib band on this. Can you see how big it is? That is so super comfy. It is unbelievable. It's probably actually the most comfiest maxi skirt I have tried on all season, and it's going to be really flattering if you need to create length in your torso. So again, if you're short in the torso, or if you've got a larger stomach, or you've got a thickness here. You know, when my women will say, oh, my boobs and my belly touch basically, well then we're always using techniques to try and elongate this section. So a skirt like this will do exactly that. So let me show you what usually happens. So in skirts like this, you can often look like that. So the bust and the stomach start straight away, so it creates like a thickness here. What you've got with this skirt is double the length in the waistband. Look, even just as I'm doing that, I've created length from there. I'd then use my top to create even more length. And there we go. You've got a completely different shape going on there. I love that. I think that would also go nicely with the little cropped green jacket. So there you go, something like that, keeping it simple, keeping it tonal, but the addition of the jacket there just gives the skirt some structure if you need it to. So suddenly it goes from, you know, a piece that you're just casually walking around town in, to then something you could actually even wear to the office as well. So love that. Now, if the skirt isn't for you, what about the trousers? These again are beautiful, really lovely cut on them. They've actually got the ties at the bottom, so you could pull them in so they're not dragging on the floor as you're walking around, and that will give that tapered look. I'm standing on my tiptoes right now. I'm 5'3½", so they are what we would say a good length for most people. Obviously a little bit long on me unless I put a platform trainer on them, but they drape beautifully. And it just shows you can create a very similar look, but with a trouser instead of a skirt, if that's what you prefer. Same trousers, just paired it with a slightly different top. Really lovely structure on this. Again, it's the two-way zip, so you can open it up both at the bottom and the top. I really like that because it enables us to shape it around different ladies' sort of stomach area. So an upside down frown there is really good at if you've got like a big tummy here, but we still need to elongate your legs. So as opposed to just leaving it like that, which is going to make me, because I'm shorter, look much shorter. But for some people, we want to leave it long because it's going to elongate their sides. So I always look for pieces like this, or you could just open it up like that and use it as a cardigan, jacket type of thing as well. Now just circling back round to that top that I had on before, and you can see how that mixes and matches beautifully well as well with these trousers. Really like that combination as well. Okay, just everything I'm trying on is just gorgeous. It's the elevation of the basics that are just so lovely. So probably the summer jumpsuit you didn't know you needed is perhaps how I would describe this one. So linen, cinched in at the waist, as you can see. It does come with a tie. I've just taken the tie off. I just didn't want the distraction around there. I quite like the vertical line of the zip here and how I can go as high or as low as I need to there. So I'm always thinking about clothes for my clients. So straight away I think, okay, well, if I've got a client that's got a bigger bust, I can go lower or I can go higher, but equally I can go higher if I've got a client with a smaller bust. The collars here give us structure, and so when we combine structure with a casual piece, it means that your casual clothes won't look as slobby on you. You know, if you think, oh well, I've just got, you know, perhaps a crop pair of trousers and a t-shirt on, that's because the t-shirt isn't structured. So when you've got a one piece like this that offers the casual and the structure at the same time, it is a winner. Can you also see the slight diagonal on the arms there? So that is making a difference because that is the tip of our hourglass shape. So it's going to nip us in now at the waist and it's going to fall over our thighs. If that was cut just straight like that, can you see the difference? When it's cut straight up like that, for women who are larger chested and haven't got much shape around their stomach area, or are carrying weight on their arms, then that will suddenly make you look very block-like down the midsection. So you're always looking at little tricks like this that do the shaping for you, because like I've said before, it's not about changing your body shape. It's about changing the clothes that you're picking to suit your body shape. Your body shape is absolutely fine. Nobody needs to lose weight. Nobody needs smaller boobs. Nobody needs smaller backside. It's the clothes that you're picking are wrong for you in the first place. When you pick clothes that put you back into the hourglass shape, then everybody always looks lovely and balanced. So this next dress is beautiful, but it's a size too small for me. So it is flattening me across the chest at the moment, and I'm having to take a big deep breath, but it is beautiful, so I had to show it to you. Look at the detail in here. This is what you're looking at with Me+Em. You see all that lovely scalloping there on the trim. It's the scalloping around the waistband there that's really helping to shape, and then this low drop waist, always very, very flattering on people, and a square neck. So if you have got that larger bust and you don't like wearing the V-necks, then the square neck is the next neckline that we always move to. It's got pockets, beautiful, really, really lovely tailoring. Be careful with what you pair this with, shoe wise. If you don't wear the right type of shoes, or if you go a little bit too dainty, or put the wrong jewellery with it, you could look a little bit mumsy because of the pattern. So you really need to put a bit of an edge to this dress in order to not make you look mumsy. But yeah, it is gorgeous, really, really like it. If it was in my size, it would be coming home with me. Loving these green trousers as well. So slightly different cut from the last ones. Elasticated waist, drawstring, low pleat here. A low pleat is always more flattering than a high pleat on anybody, whatever your shape. Patch pockets at the back. Look at the profile of the trouser. So it's hanging beautifully. It's wide, but it's still cut to flatter the female form. I say that I've just got it on with a plain t-shirt, but there's something different about this t-shirt. It's got the pin tucks there in the shoulders. It's got the slightly frayed neck. Can you see that? And it's almost like a sweatshirt type of fabric, so that will just give it that little bit more of a modern edge over just a plain white t-shirt. I really like that. I think that would be very wearable for a lot of people. Okay, so keeping it really simple, a really nice cut of jean. The Me+Em jeans are beautiful. They're really soft, but they've got a really lovely tailoring to them. I'm wearing a waist 24, which is probably a little bit too small for me. It's perfect on the waist, but could be a little bit bigger around the thigh. So I'd probably go to a waist 25, and I'm a UK 8 if that helps. Love this top. You know, sometimes I just think keeping things simple like that, but in elevated simple pieces, I mean, you just don't need anything else really. It's a lot nicer than just throwing on, you know, your partner's t-shirt or something. And I just think the cut of these jeans is beautiful. And the jeans elevate really nicely with a gorgeous blouse. So this is slightly too big for me. It's the only size they had in. So this is a UK 12, but I would normally be a UK 10 in their blouses. In fact, I tend to wear a UK 10 in most of their tops. So, yet I go down in their dresses. So I can be as low as a 6 in their dresses, but a 10 in their tops. So I don't know if that's just because I like to go a little bit baggier on the top, but anyway, this blouse is beautiful. Can you see the neck detail there? It also comes with a little vest underneath, so you don't have to worry about it being see-through. I think doing it up like that would also look really nice, and I think this would also go really nicely with those green trousers that I just had on as well. So this next dress is exquisite. It is really, really beautiful. The drape on it is gorgeous. Often a silk dress like this can cling, but the really clever design that they've used here, the ruching detail there, and there's actually like a ruched back on it as well, which is really helping to shape. You'd need to wear a strapless bra. I've just kind of shoved my bra straps up there, but I think a strapless bra would work a lot better. If you've got a larger bust, I feel like this is still going to really work because we're cutting into your shoulder detail there, which reduces the bust line. Beautiful, beautiful olive green. I'm not sure, to be honest, whether they do it in other colours or not. I don't have much of an internet reception here to actually have a look right now, but if it does come in other colours, then we will definitely link it for you. But it is beautiful, and it's coming up true to size. Another fab cord set, really nice. The trousers are like a brushed sort of silky fabric. I think it's black. It could well be navy, but I'm thinking it's black. Shirt and trouser combination. Again, you can pull the bottom of the trousers in. So instead of being a wide leg, they can go into like a tighter leg as well. So that's always really handy if you're walking around a city or anything, that you can just pull it in together. But I think that would be lovely both casually or for a casual work environment. Again, super comfy. Yeah, really nice. We will link everything for you. Okay, so I'm now in the world's biggest changing rooms in Alo, not sure how you say it. I know we've got these in London. I think it's a California brand, but it seems very popular over here in America. There's certainly one in Princeton where we are staying at the moment. Lovely items. Quite skimpy, so I'm feeling a bit exposed without this jumper on, hence why I've just thrown the jumper over me here. Now this particular range, it looks lovely with the sort of velvet trim round. That comes with a matching trouser, but that matching trouser has got a really small waistband, and when it's got a small waistband, it usually means that everything can sort of come over the top, where when you've got a big thick waistband like this, it basically hides any little pouch that's going on here. And also for me, I don't really want a low rise one. That said, I will try it on for you just to make sure, but that was my initial thoughts as soon as I saw it on the rail, so that's why I just went for the plain navy. It's got the Alo on the back of the calf there. But yeah, very nice. I've just got the hoodie around my shoulders. I'll try that one too. There you go, that's an extra small in the Alo hoodie. That fits really quite nicely, bearing in mind in the States I have been an average of a size 2, but I'm a UK size 8. But yeah, nice hoodie, and I'll try on the joggers that match that as well. There you go, there's the full set together. Now, I asked before I came in here whether this actually goes, because they're both called ivory. I can definitely see a colour difference. I haven't got a clue whether the camera can pick that up or not. But the top is slightly more of a whitey cream, and the bottoms are definitely more of a yellow cream. So that kind of annoys me. It's either got to be matching, or it's got to be tonal, or it's got to be different. And the joggers are also too long on me, so if you're taller than me, I'm 5'3½", they would be great. They feel nice and soft, but yeah, just don't fit my sizing. Now, if you prefer a fuller bra, then this one is actually very comfortable. I've gone up into a small on this one, and that feels a really nice size, and I'm about a 32 BC cup on top, if that helps. These shorts are actually in a medium, so I've used my hairband, can you see there at the back, to pull them in just to give you the effect of what they look like. But I've got them in the black to try on, and I think sizing wise I would be either a small or an extra small. But I like that, as I said. This comes in a really nice browny colour as well, so I'm going to try it on in that colour if they've got my sizes. Now, if you prefer a longer top, this one is a really nice shape, and quite a unique shape actually. I don't think I've seen that type of shape before. This is too big for me, it's a medium, so I would be a size small in this. But I kind of like the low V, and then can you see how it goes in at that sharp angle there? That's really nice, and as you can see, you can't see your belly there, and that's with the high-waisted pants. So that is a nice alternative if you're not into showing your belly. So I will link all of these in the description box as normal. Okay, here's the black set, like the navy set that I tried on, but this time I've got the actual matching trousers onto it, the one that I mentioned that the waistband is really thin. Now, for me personally, I know I'm not going to like that, where it all sort of starts to come over the top. There we go. Like that one. I think I'm wearing it in a too small. I've picked up the extra small, so it's really digging in, so it might be less sort of meat factory like if I go down a size, no, up a size, so get a small in these rather than the extra small, because I do really like the set, but I just think I'd feel too conscious to be anywhere other than my own studio in something like that with it all coming out the top. So your options are you could go for a longer top, or you can go up in the trousers, like I say, so it doesn't dig in so much around your stomach area, but a very nice set. So I'm just inserting this clip in here because I did end up buying the navy set, but like I was saying before, the black set was too tight here. So I've gone up a size so that I've got room around this waistband, and also because I've gone up a size, I can actually higher it up a little bit more. So the gap between the bra and the pant is less, basically. So going up meant that I actually bought it for myself. So there we go, that's what it looks like. And then to pair it up with, because obviously I couldn't leave the house just like this will be fine for my own studio, but I would then put a cropped hoodie with it. So let me show you that. There you go. So that is the jumper that I ended up buying for myself. So rather than the longer jumper, I went for the cropped one because I think that gives a better shape. Sorry about the cars whizzing by the way. I'm just having to put a mirror in front of the window because I've got no studio lights or anything. I also got a really nice tote bag, and then I bought the navy shorts as well to match this navy set. There you go. So they are the shorts that I bought. So it goes nice with that top, but again, I'm very conscious of that midsection if I'm not just in my own studio. So then I bought another top to bridge that gap outside of my studio. So let me show you that. There we go. So now I actually feel like, particularly on holiday, which is where I do wear the shorts like this when it's really hot, I haven't got my belly out. So that is a really nice one. It's got the cups shaped, sort of molded cups underneath there. You can actually alter the back as well. This one wasn't in the New York one. I don't believe it was, or I didn't see it. So I got this in Princeton, but we will link everything as normal, and you can get all of the ALO items in both the UK and the US. And if you sign up to their newsletters, you get 15% off. So that's what I did. And then I was able to use the code in store and then treated myself to all of these items. This is what I've been looking for. These are so comfy, honestly. They are their lounge pant. They say they're slight flared. I think they are a little bit, but goodness me, they are like, oh, well, they're just so comfy, honestly. And what I'm liking about this is how high the waistband comes, because then that does allow you to wear a bra, because most of us, our smallest bit is right here. And when we've got such a high waistband on and then a crop little top, it actually gives the illusion that everything else underneath is a lot sort of more balanced than perhaps it is. You know, we could all have whatever's going on down here, but when you put a line right under there like that, or a separation line, it can be very flattering. I would see myself doing, you know, some yoga in those, just doing weights, hanging around the house in them, but still being able to, with a top obviously, still being able to go out in the shops in them. So yeah, they are super nice. They're definitely coming home with me. And just finishing a set off here, there are the shorts that actually fit me in my proper size, which is an extra small. Although that said, the higher you go in the sizes, the longer they are, and I feel like I just want them that little bit longer. So I'd probably go up to a small in these rather than the extra small. But I think that could be a really good short for when I'm exercising on holiday, because the legging is always too tight. So next up, both items are too big for me, but that said, they are very nice. These are the ALO Dreamscape cargo wide leg pant. Very nice. Great for travelling in, travel home in, something like that. These are the extra small, and I can say they're very, very roomy. They're obviously meant to be a bigger pant, but there is a lot of room in those. And if you go too oversized, then things can look like they're wearing you rather than you wearing them. But they're definitely a nice pant. And then I've got them on with the cropped jumper now, rather than the cream hooded jumper that I had on before, and that goes really nice as a travelling set together. But I've also got the lounge pant in the top as well to try, so I'll try that on now for you. Now there's the lounge pant in the top. Now this is interesting. I thought I was going to prefer the top because I don't wear much black at all, but actually in the top they feel like pyjamas, or they look more like pyjamas. Definitely I don't feel like they're a leaving the house type of trouser, and if I just want to be in my pyjamas, I can find something a lot cheaper in the same soft fabric, where in the black I feel like I could have actually gone out to a Pilates class in them, done my grocery shopping in them, and so they felt more wearable for the price that you pay for this ALO stuff, because it's not cheap at all. I do like the hoodie though. The hoodie's a really nice shape. So yeah, that is my conclusion on those. In the lounge pant, I would go for the black to make them more wearable. Last thing in here, this is the top in the shorts in a size small. So they're definitely better on the waistband for me, even though they stick out quite a lot at the sides, but it makes them a little bit longer. And then instead of putting a crop top with them, I've just gone with this little rib top that matches. Okay, so I'm back in ALO. It's a different day, it's a different ALO, and I've had to come back in because Mel in our office wants me to buy her the little tennis dress. This is it, so I thought I would show it you. It's very lovely. It's got the shorts underneath. I'm wearing it in a size small. It's quite tight even on my bust area, so I'd say if you're busty, you definitely need to go up more, but it feels like it would kind of gives you light to medium support, I would say. It'd be hard to wear an actual sports bra underneath it, and I've seen a lot of girls walking around just in New York just wearing it, and I feel like they're not necessarily wearing it on the tennis pitch but more just as a little dress, and it's very sweet. Not sure about jumping up and down playing tennis with big boobs in it though. It's not going to be very supportive, and because of the straps you can't hide a sports bra, but it's a very nice dress. Okay, so I am now in Aritzia, which I believe is Canadian. But you can get it in the States, and also they do international delivery. But on any of these for our UK audience, you need to check the duties and tax and things like that. As you can see with this first dress, I have tucked it under to make it slightly shorter. So I can't get myself in. When it's a little bit longer than that, it will make my legs look stubbier. So this is where I just go up by an inch. And if you've got a curvier leg, that's going to be more flattering on your leg. This is a lovely dress. What I noticed straight away with this shop is that they do an amazing array of coordinated pieces, where you can get like the wide leg trouser, you can get the crop trouser, you can get the short, you can get the blazer, you can get a waistcoat, you can get a normal top, in two main different fabrics. One of the fabrics is like a crinkly fabric, and the other is the linen. Now, personally, I think the linen is a lot better quality. The crinkly fabric feels a little bit cheap, if I'm totally honest. But if you are just looking for good coordinated workwear, I think it is a great option. But the linen definitely is for a nicer quality. This dress is lovely. It's giving me the same vibes as I've got a yellow one from Uniqlo, although the Uniqlo doesn't have a pocket in. So this does feel a bit better quality because of that. Nice shape, sort of 70s style of shape that actually just never goes out of fashion. And I think you could wear that on a summer's day, you know, to go shopping in or whatever you're doing. And I don't think it will actually overdate. So, oh, and this one is in the sale. So this one is going to come out. So this linen dress from the same range, and I think what it's called is the Wilfred range. Nice quality again, but not quite fitting me as nicely as the red one did. Now, whether that's because I need to go down a size or not, I'm not quite sure. It's the same size, a size 2, so it should fit me, but it doesn't. But it's still very sweet. V-neck, obviously, so it's going to appeal to those with a larger bust a bit better. And I noticed that they did it in loads of different colours, like light blue, white, black, beige. So really nice option. Again, a sort of dress that just doesn't date really. As long as you always put a modern sandal with it, you'd be fine with a dress like this. Now this set is all just one size too big for me, but I like the idea of it. And again, it's another set where you can get the waistcoat to match the trousers. You can get the trousers and the top in lots of different coordinated shapes. You can get the linen trouser in a more structured trouser, as opposed to like this one, which is sort of loose and baggy. You can get them in the beige colour, the white colour, the navy. So it's up to you sort of what combination you put together. But I think that's a really nice set for summer. If you don't want to get your legs out, you still want to sort of look and feel a little bit summery. So coming up is an example of what I was saying at the start in terms of them doing the same fabric in the pants but in different styles. So right now I've got on a pleated front cropped wide leg, which is really nice. Again, they come in multiple colours, black, grey, beige, navy. So that is them in the cropped ankle bracer. And then I'm going to show you them in the longer version as well. Just before I do that, I just thought I would show you the blazer, which kind of coordinates really nicely. Again, this blazer is from their linen range, as opposed to this blazer, which is in this other range of fabric that they do in everything, like it's slightly like a crinkly fabric. Now, the crinkly fabric one just doesn't feel quite as nice as the linen range does, but there is a practicality to be had with the crinkle range in that it won't crease up as much. I love the structure of this blazer as well. I think it's a fantastic blazer. That could be really good on a lot of people. The lapel is really low there, so it's going to give really nice shape. It's a good length, and it goes really nicely with these trousers as well. So same fabric in the trousers, but this time the longer version. Okay, really nice fit. Been a size 2 in both of the styles of trousers. I think there's even a third style of trouser as well. This blazer, by the way, I am wearing in a 00, and I think that just gives good enough sort of drape, but without being too drapey or too slobby, but really nice structure on the shoulders. So I would say size down on the blazer if you want it to fit in the same way. But yeah, like I say, these trousers come in lots of different colours, lots of different shapes. So a really good option, I think, if you're in the States or in Canada, to mix and match your sort of smarter casuals and workwear together. So just to show you, this is the sort of creped fabric version of the same blazer. So just feels a little bit bigger. Doesn't feel too bad on, actually. It's quite nice. And I don't think it will crease up as bad, but that says, look, there's a huge crease there. But yeah, I like the linen one, to be honest with you. I think that just tops it in terms of looking that little bit smarter. Now this linen trench coat is very nice. It's in the sale. It comes in the green, the cream, the same colour as these trousers, white I think, and I've got it on in the navy right now. In the sale, what I would say though is I am wearing a 2 times extra small. So they are coming up very, very big. Even that on me is a little bit big. So just be careful on the sizing, go down quite a few sizes. Well, I've gone down at least 2 sizes, if not more. But yeah, very nice addition to, you know, some workwear. Or just a weekend casual. So a great combination here for maybe a work look, a smart evening out or whatever, is this slip skirt. Again, they do them in every single colour you can think of. Teamed just, this is my own top, by the way. It's just a knitted top from Zara. You can get them everywhere these days. And then the blazer added as well. Now, if you are in the UK and you can't get the Aritzia items, then Uniqlo do a skirt very similar to this as well, but this one feels particularly nice. It doesn't come with a slip underneath, but the Uniqlo one does come with a slip underneath. So yep, very nice. I will link everything as normal. Now what they do seem to do really well is their loungewear sets. They are really nice. They feel really nice and fluffy. At the moment I have got on the straight leg in the burgundy. Burgundy I believe is going to be really big again this year. Just my own top again, and then I've thrown over the hooded top there as well. Wearing these in an extra small. I'll just try the hoodie on for you now, see how that fits. Yeah, it's a nice fitting jumper as well. That is the size small. And then they also do the joggers either with the cargo pockets on, so the pockets down here on the side, or the cuffed ones. I've got those in here as well, so I'll try those on now for you. So there you go. Now I have got on the cuffed version. They come slightly higher rise actually, which might suit more people. Very nice shape. Same size, which is an extra small, and yeah, like the quality of them. So I'm now in Varley. I haven't got long at all, so I'm going to whiz through these pieces. Love this knit, very flattering with a deep V there, and I've just paired it with the shorts, but obviously they do the wide leg jogger, the slim leg jogger, every sort of variation you can think of in terms of wide leg or slim leg, but I really like it with a knit like that. But they also do like a namesake jumper, so I'm going to try that on right now for you. There we go. I like these. This is in the sale in the burgundy colour at the moment online, certainly in America. I'm not sure about the UK, but that's really nice. It's also in the knitted version as well as I think in the sale, again in the burgundy colour, but it's just a nice easy way of doing leisure wear, but again just a little bit more polished. So the matching green set, so these joggers have actually got a zip at the bottom, which makes them into like a tapered leg. However, they're too long on me, so I've had to just roll them up rather than have them zip down. Kind of like the American style of baseball jacket with it as well. I think that just looks really nice and casual basically. My own white top just sandwiched in the middle there. I'm wearing an extra small in the jogging pants and a small in the jacket. So continuing with the green theme, I've picked up the tennis dress, which is lovely, and I've just thrown the jacket over my shoulder just to show you how as a coordinated set that looks really nice. But if I whip that off, you can see the nice shoulder detail there. It's padded on the cups, so you shouldn't have to wear, well, like a sports bra basically, rather than a normal bra, as in it's nice and shapes. This is an extra small. It's got the shorts underneath, so yeah, great for playing tennis in. And you can get all the matching bag as well. Now I love the Varley knits because they come in lots of different necklines, which means that I can adapt them to whatever my client's shape is. You can tuck them in like I've done there, or they've always got this big nice wide waistband on, and we can play with that waistband in order to create waistlines on women that don't necessarily have the waistline. That said, in this situation I'm going to tuck it in because the shorts themselves have a really nice waistline. Can you see that drawstring? These are a beautiful pair of shorts. Try and go shorter than you think you need on a pair of shorts because your legs will actually look better. But beautiful brown colour, and yeah, like I say, I love these jumpers. I've got them in every single variation and they're great for that summer throw on where you don't want to add too much bulk but you need to be cool still, but maybe just something in the evening. So lots of them are in the sale as well at the moment. So that's it for shopping in the States. Remember, you can get all of these items in the UK as well. So we've included both the UK and the American links. Last thing to ask you, as always, is if you could press that subscribe button. It really does help us out and we would be most grateful. But for now, I've got packing to do. Back home for me now. So I will see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.